What up, are you crazy bananas? Can you guys hear me okay? Sorry for the delay here. There's some issues with YouTube streaming tonight for some reason. Can you guys hear me okay? Chat? Sweet, okay. Alright. Happy hump day, everybody. Today is, as we all know, Workout Wednesday. Hope you all are ready to get juicy with some workout tips today with your boy Davis Diley. We've kind of talked about him before on our channel. He is a 16-year training and coach. He's a retired ASC professional heavyweight strongman and natural athlete, according to his bio here. I think he has like some of the best shorts, like fitness shorts on YouTube between him, Jeff Nippard, and Sean Nilwani for actual workout tips. For like Davis here, I think he has honestly the best in terms of just like quick exercises and what they target. Sean Nilwani is like really good with like, hey, this is like not bullshit advice. We can go over like Sean Nilwani like at some point, but yeah, Davis Daily is like awesome. He doesn't do a whole lot of long form videos. Today we're gonna do a 11-minute long form video that he did, kind of old. It's about 2 years ago. He's kind of stopped doing them and favored doing, like I said, his shorts because they get a lot more views and they're just like amazing. As you guys can see here, like he'd do like a minute long video of like 3 exercises that show like, okay, it's working this tricep or it's working like the head of like your chest, like here or like bottom or middle. Yeah, he's great. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go over a Davis Daily video and then talk about some food tips, a really good like mail order food that I use, and some good cooking tips to get you guys thick and juicy, or if you guys need to lose some weight, shredded as fuck. So let's get it.
What's going on, guys? So this is a new series that I'm starting. A full week of my training laid out for you, every single thing that I do with great detail, and I'm gonna coach you through the entire process. Now, I run what's known as a push-pull-legs split. You have a push day, a pull day, and a leg day, and you repeat it twice throughout the week. I train 7 days per week. Now, is that optimal? No, it's not. Y'all probably shouldn't be in the gym 7 days per week. But I know some of you guys
I do about 5 or 6 days a week.
Addicted to the gym, so this is at least an intelligently laid out template for you to follow that'll allow you to make progress, and you're not gonna feel like death. Now, ideally, if you want to build muscle, you should probably be training anywhere between 4 and maybe 6 days per week. Don't worry, I'll provide you with some very simple program modifications to help this 7-day-a-week program fit that 4 to 6 day a week program mold. It's really simple. Now, I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube, but I do know one thing. I hate YouTube videos.
That's a lie
Go on
now.
for forever. You don't even know the guy. He's talking about stuff you don't even care about. You have to wade through all this crap information in order to find out what you do care about. Then you just get annoyed and frustrated and click on a shorter video. This is already going on a little longer than I like, so let's get to it.
Get it. Chest and tricep day.
So we're starting off with dumbbell bench press, and this is such a great movement, obviously, for the middle portion of the chest. This is going to target the chest in its lengthened position, meaning the press is most difficult down here to sort of the mid-range, and as you get up past the mid-range, it gets a little bit easier. Muscles typically grow or get a better stimulus for growth when they're trained in the lengthened position. So that's why I like to prioritize those in my training first. So we're going to start off with the dumbbell bench, gradually working up set by set until we get to a weight that really challenges us at about 8 repetitions. From there, we're going to go up so that we're limited to just 6 repetitions by the final set. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to move the weight upward with explosiveness, A to B, as quickly as I can. And on the way down.
So one of the things that he likes to really hit on is like proper like form of movement. Super great at that, at like how he talks about it. If you guys are like new towards like working out, hold on, do you guys see like my mouth moving on here? For some reason my webcam decided to just tell me to go fuck myself. Hold on a second. better? What is going on with YouTube today? I am sorry, chat. This is weird. For some reason, my webcam just. Hold on. All right, can you guys see me better now? All right, it looks like it's going a little bit better now. All right, hold on a second. Let me make sure. Okay. All right, sorry about that, chat. What are the app that I use for streaming decided to just say fuck it and just like die. All right, so let's get back to it. Okay.
I'm like actively contracting and resisting the weight down so that there's at least some control in the movement. You don't ever want to let the weight just go, okay, you're going to lose the tension. Try keeping your elbows tucked in a little bit more right here. A neutral grip dumbbell bench, if you will. That's going to be better for lining up the arm and pec fibers so that the pecs are actually pressing.
So it's like really important, right? So like if you are a brand new lifter, or if you are like a intermediate or advanced lifter, like proper form is like is paramount regardless. If you're a beginner, you can kind of get away with having like not so great form because you're still gonna get those like beginner gains. But if you start off with like bad form, like really bad form, you can kind of cheat a little bit here and there, just you know, to kind of get used to the movements and stay motivated and all that kind of stuff. But like once you start hitting like what I would say like advanced beginner, like right before intermediate lifter, which is about I'll say 6 months to a year into your training, then you need to start hitting like actual like proper form, because you can injure yourself. As you're a beginner, you know, you're gonna be doing like lighter weights, lighter sets. You can kind of get away with it, but once you start hitting like intermediate level like lifts, you need to start like having like proper form. And as you can see with like Davis Diley, coming down and doing like that proper stretch and control of the weight, not just like yeeting that thing across the fucking gym or just dropping it like, you know, like that's no, like have proper control of it. If you can't proper control your weight, then you probably shouldn't be lifting that kind of weight.
The weight up. express to you how important resting long enough between your sets is. For this is probably my most intense movement of the day. That's why I'm leading off with it. I'm resting at least 3.5 to 4 minutes between each set, because each set that I do, I want to recruit as much muscle as I possibly can. And that's going to happen when the muscle is actually being pushed as hard as it can be pushed, or really close to it. You're going to be able to do that better if you give your muscles a chance to fully recover between each set. So don't be doing 60-second rest periods, even 90-second rest periods for a movement like this is not enough. For compound movements, my general rule of thumb, 3 minutes at least, 4 to 5 minutes is probably best. You might not have to do 5 minutes, but 4 is golden. When you do isolations, single joint movements, you may be able to get away with 90 seconds, 2 minutes or so. Shorter rest periods is okay, but just keep that in mind. Don't short your rest. So we're done with the dumbbell bench.
So just to kind of alleviate some confusion, what he's saying here, this is for the initial portion of like your workout, right? So this is not like throughout the entire workout. You can do maybe like a 3 to 4 minute rest here and there. Dr. Mike Israetel has like kind of talked about that a little bit, depending on like the kind of like workouts you do. But he's starting out with a heavier workout with his dumbbell lift here, and because of that, his rest period is longer. You're gonna see in his, as he talks about like his other workouts for this routine, that the rest cycle shortens. But in this particular case, it's like 3 to 4 minutes. So that doesn't mean to like as you're doing these to like rest like that long. Just keep in mind that this is only like for that starter exercise.
Press, which again targeted the middle fibers of the chest more in the lengthened position. So now we're going to target the middle fibers of the chest in the more shortened position, which means it has got the most tension and is the most difficult at the very end of the movement. So we're going to do what's known as a cable press around. I'm doing it on this instead of just standing like in front of a cable machine, because this will help me provide a little bit of stability. I get to rest my hips up into the machine itself, plant myself here, nice wide stance here, and I press just like that. Now notice, my body is sort of angled a little bit this way, and not here, okay, not forward, but a little bit like a 30-degree angle. So here, I'm pressing around, trying to push the heel of my hand as far away from me and across my body as I possibly can. I'm gonna place the tension right here. You'll notice big contraction here. You can see I'm gonna be holding
natural lifter,
the very end range of motion for about 1 second, just to own that position, know that I'm there, have the tension on the shortened position for a little bit longer, kind of an isometric contraction, and yeah.
As you can see here, he puts up right here, sets 3 to 4 reps, 8 to 12, rest right here, as I was saying, 2.5 min after arm number 2. So because there's single arm presses here. And so not all gyms have this. So if your gym doesn't have this, then I guess you could either do it with like a regular like cable machine. He likes to use this one for the stability, but you could just do like a standard with like a cable machine. Right, chat? Dude's freaking ripped. And he's natural. Like, jeez. This just goes to show, right, that like you don't have to take steroids in order to get like ripped. But keep in mind that he's been working out for 16 years and is a professional. So like, jeez.
For the middle portions, the sternofibers of the pecs here. We're going to be moving to the costal fibers, the sternocostal fibers down here. And what we're going to be doing for that are dips with a nice, slow, controlled negative and a powerful press to the top. So if you want this to really be focused on the pecs, you want to face your chest, your torso to the ground itself. I'll show you how. A lot of times you'll do dips just like this, right? That's fine. Really going to involve a lot of the shoulder and the triceps. But if you kick your hips back like this and then face your torso to the ground, you see the difference. Here to there. Boom, pressing up to the...
So this is actually why I like to do chest and tricep days the same way like Davis Diley does. is because when you do like certain like compound like movements like this, especially like dips, I like to do dips. You can do like chest and triceps on like the dip machine, depending on like how you're starting out. So, and like keep in mind like his form, right? And you may not necessarily feel this as you're like beginning, if you're a beginner lifter, even necessarily if you're an intermediate, like a low intermediate, in like your chest and like your tries, on like how much you are like leaning in and out. But like once you start hitting intermediate, you should be able to like start feeling like the difference. In like how you're leaning in, you should start feeling like that like your chest like working. I like to do like he showed here, at least 2 or 3 workouts, or I'm sorry, 2 or 3 exercises prior to doing dips, just so that I can make sure that like I can feel it as I'm going up and down. You don't have to do that, obviously. You can like do bench or flies or like another chest press or what have you, and then hit this, because they do have you can either do it with like a band or with a like assisted machine. And look, big ass fucking dudes like Davis here obviously doesn't need to do the like assisted like dips. But if you have to do like, if you have to sit there and like use like the assisted machine, don't feel ashamed with that. I know guys that are like huge, they're like 6 foot, like 250, almost like 300, that have to use the assisted just because they're so gosh damn heavy. And they're not fat or anything like that. They're just big. They're just jacked, right? They just got a lot of mass to them. So like, especially for starting out, like nobody's paying attention to like you to the point where they're like, oh, look at this fucking nerd, or look at this fat ass. Like no one's doing that, okay? Like if anything, if you're like big and you're starting to go to the gym, people looking at you as like, fuck yeah, look at this guy or girl or whoever, like they're getting it. You know, they're here to improve themselves. It's motivating. Every time I see somebody that's like heavier set that's in the gym, I get motivated when I see that, because I'm like, fuck yeah, I get it. Or if they're like smaller, like fuck yeah, I get it. Like don't worry about it. Just get after it.
Top.
This isn't a 1980s like
going to do
movie.
it as far as the 2 fiber orientations of the pecs that we're working on today, the middle and the lower. We're not really focused on the upper clavicular head of the chest today. That's because on the second day of the week, I focus in more on this region of the chest. So this is going to hit us really hard, and it's going to lead us into the tricep work.
Right here. So sets 3 to 4 of the dips, reps 8 to 12, rest 3 minute plus. That kind of makes sense with the rest be a little bit higher here because you're doing straight body weight. Sets being how many you do, the reps how many of that exercise. So like how often are you going like up and down is between like 8 to 12, and the sets is how many of those you're doing. He's going a bit slower here just because he's getting like he's a leaner guy, so like he kind of needs to be able to do that.
Is our first
But
triceps exercise. It's
how do I
called
have a
the
weight?
Kaz press, popularized by the strongest man in the world at the time, Bill Kazmaier. You can load this up with a good amount of weight and perform it on a decline bench, locking your shoulders into position, and just imagine that you're moving about the elbow. So it's just like this, a little movement right here, almost all the way down to the chest, elbows out to the side, everything like it's locked into position here, and just extending.
So I do not like to do these because that just straight up scares the fuck out of me. Like I am so afraid that like my hand is gonna slip or something, and that's just gonna bust my head right open. If you're like braver than I am and you want to do it that way, like go for it. But that you could just do what's called skull crushers and straight bench skull crushers, where you have the same easy bar, the bench is flat, and instead of having it come down like that, you'll go like above or behind the head, I think this is he, hold on. This is for chest. Yeah, so he's doing this for chest. I would prefer to do that if like on a Smith machine or something, for chest for this, just for that added like safety, because if that shit drops, like ow, just ow.
We have the 2 ropes right here. What we're gonna do is prop the middle of your back up on the top of the bench.
That said, I do decline, which is what that is, decline chest presses with a barbell, but usually that's like my second workout after my like initial warm up, and like I make sure that the weight is like manageable and that I can like re-rack it correctly at that. And even then I still don't particularly like to do them.
For some good stability, and what I like to think of doing is keeping my rib cage kind of tucked down, engaging my abs, not being all up here. Tucked down with your elbows allowed to flare out. Your elbows don't have to be in here when you're training your triceps. They can flare out at about a 30-degree angle as you extend and be just fine. It's called scaption. At about a 30-degree angle is where everything lines up very nicely with the shoulder blades. Everything's going to be nice and happy. Triceps are going to be in alignment. Shoulders are going to feel good. So don't try to unnaturally keep everything tucked into here. It's all right. Up and control down for 1 or 2.
So, really important thing that he's mentioning here is like, does the exercise feel good? Jeff Nippard, another IPB pro, I think it's IPB, another bodybuilding like pro competitor that's also natural, big science lifter. I got some videos like lined up to see it with him, especially his like S to F tier on like each like body on like exercise that he does. I've seen a few of his videos and they're like amazing. His long form videos are like some for like fitness are some of the best on like YouTube. Along with him and like Dr. Mike Israel and Sean Nawani. But one of the things that he mentions here is about like making sure like it feels good. Jeff Nipper, like I said, does the same thing. If the movement just doesn't feel right to you, then A, you're probably doing it wrong, or B, for one reason or another, like your body just doesn't like that. He does a type of like cable crossover for his triceps. I think he shows us in this video. I will sometimes do them, but I have to like get at like a little bit of a different angle. And even then, like sometimes it just kind of feels a little wonky on my joints. So like I'll either have it just like I said, just at a little bit of a different angle, or I do it like from behind. Phrasing. Hump Day, Juicy Wednesdays. No, but yeah, just keep that in mind. Also, one critique that I have for Davis and also for Jeff Nippard is sometimes they'll show workouts that they're doing in the gym that is just not super great etiquette. Like in this case, I would only ever do this particular exercise if the gym is not super packed. Right now, the gym is not super packed, as you can see. But on like regular like high tempo like hours, no way. Reason being is because he's got a bench and a cable machine together when he could just be doing that with like a dumbbell. Is it gonna give you like the same stretch? Probably not. But people are like there during like high tempo like times, and you're essentially using like two machines at the same time, because you could be using just the bench and somebody else could be using the machine, and you're taking over like both. So just keep that in mind.
It's up, nice and powerful.
Sets 2 to 3, reps 8 to 12, 2-minute rest. Also, he's using two ropes here. Do not do that in like a regular gym, okay? Unless it's like there's only a few people in that gym. I'm looking at those ropes and that how like unfrayed they are. I'm gonna guess that those are his personal ropes. If I saw that, I'd be super fucking pissed because that's 2 ropes that like somebody could be using. At least once somebody could be using. And they're the super long ones. I actually don't know why he's not just using a single.
You can do this standing. If you don't want to haul over a bench like this,
there we go. Yeah.
Which can be a pain in the butt, especially in a crowded gym.
Yep.
You can
See?
do standing. However, I usually just do this out of convenience. It's just not quite as stable, and I have to focus on controlling my entire body. I got to worry about all this stuff down here that's going on versus just being able to sit down, keep everything nice and stable, and focus on the triceps themselves. Final exercise, training the triceps in the fully shortened position. I'm going to be doing a single arm cable extension, kind of across the body a little bit. See the cables coming across my body at about a 30 to 45 degree angle this way. It's going to line up well with the fibers of the triceps and the scapula, everything in line this way.
You do definitely feel this when you're doing
my
it.
elbow perfectly stable, right at my side, protecting my armpit. Right here, that's a good cue, like you're smashing everything right here.
Gosh damn, Chad, take a look at his cameraman. Dude's jacked as fuck too. Jeez. He almost looks bigger than Davis. Gosh damn.
And extending all the way down as far as you possibly can. Boom, just like this. I'm doing 8 to 12 repetitions, pushing down as quickly as I can, under control with good form, holding the bottom for
Again, with that good
second
form and control.
in that fully contracted position, and then resisting up for about 2, maybe 3 seconds, really feeling that resistance on the way up.
Sets 2 to 3, reps 8 to 12, 90-second rest after arm 2. Or shorter rest time. Yoke the fuck out.
Okay guys, that's it for this training session, chest and triceps, taken care of. Hope you all got some value out of this, some new movements, and a better understanding of how to target each area of the chest, and maybe some rhyme and reason. This chest day is going to pair up very nicely with the second chest and tricep day that we have later in this series. Stay tuned for that. Catch y'all later.
Train alongside me in my training app where I provide.
If you guys haven't, like and subscribe to Davis Diley. He, like I said, he's great. We'll take a look at some of his shorts at some point. I'm not doing now because they're like so quick. They're only like, actually no, fuck it, why not? We'll hit it with one of his tricep ones. Here we go. How to target your triceps, because these are like his like newer videos.
If you will never maximize your muscle growth unless you understand this. Make it your goal to limit muscle damage. It does not cause growth. Too much can act.
Why did it?
You will never maximize your muscle growth unless you understand this. Make it your goal to limit.
Why the fuck did I do that?
If you do
There we go.
overhead tricep extensions like this, you'll primarily target the lateral and medial heads. The long head is secondary, even though you feel it stretch. If you lay flat on a bench doing pullovers like this, you'll primarily target the long head of the triceps and the pecs, but not the lats, like many have said. If you pull your hands in and do a close grip bench press like this, machine or bodyweight dips like this, or any other press variation where both the elbows and shoulders are moving at the same time, besides delts or pecs, you'll target the lateral and medial heads significantly, but not the long head. If you do extensions with your arms angled down like this, or one arm down doing crossbody extensions like this, you'll primarily target the long head, secondarily the lateral and medial. Now, if you raise your arm up and do extensions out to the side, or place your arms in front of your body doing extensions over your shoulders like this, skull crushers included, you'll primarily target the lateral and medial heads. The long head is secondary. It's no different than if you do overhead.
Yeah, see, so like as you can see, like this is like his like newer form videos. Not that his like older video, as you guys saw, was like bad, but it's like leagues better. And like all of his other shorts are like that. They're just fantastic. He also has like some like a few good like recipe stuff, like the blueberry cobbler one. Yeah. So, all right. So we went ahead and took a look at one of Davis Daly's videos. Let's go ahead and get into some like nutrition stuff. For those of you that like are a little cooking impaired and you guys don't know how to cook just yet, and don't worry, I'll get into like a really easy recipe for y'all. That's like super delicious. If you like fish, if you like salmon, easy to make. But if you're a monkey on the go, you crazy bananas, I personally like to use Cook Unity. I know a lot of other content creators use Factor. I prefer Cook Unity because when I was looking at both of them, when I signed up for Factor, they didn't let me take a look at their meals until after I gave them my credit card number. And after that, they automatically add meals to your cart and just ship them. I signed up for them. A day later, I got an email from them saying like, "Hey, we're getting ready to ship your meals," and I had to call them and say, "Hey, like, I didn't order anything like that. Can you cancel?" And to their credit, they were like super cool about it. They immediately were like, "Yeah, our bad. Canceled. Good to go." And also, they when I looked at it, they just didn't have like as big a selection if you have like a limited diet as Cook Unity does. So you can actually like go through Cook Unity and they'll like show you like, hey, this is like our meals. So you can sign up for it and they'll be like, hey, take a look at this, and like this is like your meals. Click the cart, and like there's actually like Amazon, there's a click this and complete the order with them. So I've used Cook Unity for like a few months now. I love them. I also do like my own like cooking as well, but I do like to have like them just so instead of like grabbing like a TV dinner or something for lunch, I'll like grab something from Cook Unity and then eat like whatever like I made like for my meal prep, for breakfast and for dinner. But they're great. Let's take a look at some of their meals. Some of the stuff that I like about them is that like let's take a look. Oh, also they change their menu fairly often. Not super like a complete like 180 on their meals. Like they'll still keep like good ones, but they'll like change it like every so often. I've had their fried Japanese karaage chicken, and it's like super good. The thing that I like about them is it'll give like a complete breakdown. It's like, okay, it's 38 grams of protein, 130 grams. This is how many calories it is. For this, this is like a little bit more dense. It's 1340 calories. So if you're like if you're in the bulking phase, like this is good for you. If you're like trying to like slim out, not so much. But I have had this one before, and it's actually on one of my like orders right now, and I like it. But if you're trying to like lean out more, they have like options here. That's like, okay, what's less than 600 calories, and they'll just like auto sorter for you. Keep in mind that depending on like where you are, so if you're in Texas, Midwest, Florida, West Coast, like whatever up here, the meals will be different. So make sure that like you click where you are. When you click their menu thing, they'll have you put in your zip, and even if you just sign up, like they'll like show you like meals of like actual like, okay, this is where you are, and like what we offer for you. So like, did it already? Hold on, go to less than 600 again. Okay, so stuff like less than 600 calories. Let's take a look at the Haitian vegetable stew here. All right. So protein 10 grams, carbs 93 calories, 590. Protein not a whole lot. This is because it's vegan, but they do have like other ones. That should be in like higher. Let's take a look at the, what is that? Grilled chicken roast. Let's take a look at this one. How many grams does that got? There we go, like 37 grams for this, right? And it's only like 580 calories, 48 grams of carbs. And they show like the ingredients here. if you have like any like food allergies or anything like that, I would definitely completely read through, because if you eat shellfish, if you're like Muslim or Jewish, they don't always, actually I don't think for any of them they say if they've got like shellfish in them. So make sure you read through like the whole list. And most of the time, a lot of their meals don't have like a big as list as like this does. A lot of them are like pretty like simple. The pricing, they for the first like few meals you get, it's like super discounted, of course. Depending on like how many you order, it can be anything from like maybe like $30 more than like your typical like grocery bill, depending on like how much you buy, to like more. The more meals you order, like the more the discount it is. So if you get like the lunch and like dinner for like 6 days, then like it's gonna be like overall cheaper, of course. So keep that in mind, right? So and that's the case with like all of like these like meal order, like already like pre-made stuff. Is that like it's still gonna be like more than like what would be like if you're actually cooking, of course. It's about the same price. Each one is about the same price as what you would get maybe at like a restaurant. And what they like McDonald's is today, with like $20 to get fucking a 10-piece chicken nuggets with like an apple pie and like a soda or something. It's like gosh damn near $20. This is cheaper and it's way better for you, and you know exactly what you're eating, and you're not eating like hot garbage. So, but on that, if you guys want to like try hand of cooking, or you're like, man, fuck, I can't afford this shit, what the hell's wrong with you? Not all of us are monkeys in suits, monkey biz. Fair enough. Okay, let me pop up some. Hold on a minute. Don't worry, little monkeys. All right, we will get there. Okay. We're going to get you guys cooking and hopefully have you guys out with some finance stuff. I would like to start doing like Finance Fridays and like going over like just how to not fall for like pyramid schemes and how to like manage your money. We'll see. I'm usually a little busy on Friday, so we'll see. Hold on a second. Sorry, I already had like all this stuff like pulled up prior, but I had to like restart everything when Steam decided to crash up on us. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So one of my favorite recipes, and this is a really simple one, chat, is caramelized salmon. Okay, now I know like y'all may be looking at this and being like, that sounds so hard. It's not. Okay, don't let the caramelized portion like fool you or like intimidate you. Okay, all it is little salmon fillets like this that you coat in sugar, salt, and pepper, and kind of fry up a little bit, and then put in the oven. So all you need, and like I'll post like this in the description. All you need is like a little salmon fillet like this, even like a bigger one. It really doesn't matter the size. You take some sugar, some salt and pepper, and you mix it up like this. And I'll give you guys like the actual like measurements as we go down. And you just coat the raw salmon fillet in the just on the salmon. You can either like just, what I like to do is I don't like to stick the salmon directly into this, because I like to like keep some of this in like a Tupperware or like a glassware, and then I just kind of sprinkle it on top of this. Like like this. Yeah, just as much as you need to. And what you do is you just sprinkle it on there. You take some cooking oil. I like to use olive oil. The recipe here says olive oil. I prefer to use olive oil in most of my cooking because it's like good in fats. It's good in like carbs. So like even just like a small amount of olive oil. Let me take a look at here. How many carbs? Olive oil carbs. Calories. Oh, hold on. For calories. Ah. Isn't it good though, chat? See, one of our chatters has already tried it before. And chat, I'm telling you, it's amazing. So yeah, okay. So like 1 teaspoon or tablespoon, different than a teaspoon. So here's a teaspoon right here. 1 teaspoon is 40 calories. So keep that in mind, right? So depending on the kind of oil you cook with can like drastically increase the amount of calories that you're doing. So like if you're using like olive oil, putting that in like in your recipes is going to like drastically increase how many calories you're getting. I like to use a lot of olive oil in my cooking because one, it's super healthy, and I'm in like a perpetual like bulking stage. So I need as many carbs as I can get, and I'm like constantly hungry. I have like a super high like metabolism, so for me like I need to constantly be eating something, and a lot of something, which you would think would be like, oh, that's lucky little monkey. Fuck you. Like, no, it means I'm always hungry, and it means I always have to have something in my mouth. Bananas. But yeah. So right here, half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. Of course, salt, it says 1.5 tablespoons. So remember, there's a difference between a teaspoon, which is smaller, and a tablespoon. Okay, if you guys take a look at here, a tablespoon is TSP, and that's a teaspoon. I'm sorry, teaspoon is a lowercase TSP, and a tablespoon is a capital TBLSP. Okay, so keep that in mind when you guys are cooking. That there's a difference between a teaspoon and a tablespoon. And really, like for this, it says 1 teaspoon of salt, and a few dashes of crushed pepper. Really, just do it to taste, right? Just pop it in there, and it's gonna taste like, okay, this tastes good. It's gonna be more sugar though than like salt, just because salt has like a higher like a stronger taste to it. And the purpose of the sugar is to make the salmon a little bit sweeter. Don't worry, I wouldn't worry so much about the sugar, because you guys look at that as like, I have a cup of sugar. Like, gosh damn, like I'm trying to lean out. You're not eating that whole fucking half a cup of sugar. Okay, you're really, like, as you see here, you're really only putting like a little bit on there. What it's doing is it's coating the salmon and crispifying it. Okay, to give like the top little bit of taste. You can probably use canola oil in lieu of the olive oil. Let's see what canola oil calories. Huh, it's kind of the same. I'm sure they sell like low calorie canola oil or something. Like I said, I am in like a perpetual like bulking stage because I am like always hungry. But even so, right, like you could probably just add, I haven't actually tried to air fry this. I don't know if it would be good. And the reason why is, as we go through like the recipe here, we'll just start going through it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the salmon fillet and heat up the oil on medium heat, and for about 5 minutes, it says here. So when the oil is hot, add the salmon, skin side down on the pan, and saute for about 5 minutes. It says here, if you're worried about the burnt sugar on the pan, or if there's too much oil, just drain it off the spoon out of the pan. There's a lot of oil splattering, turn the heat down. I would not recommend going higher than medium heat. I agree with that because the oil can just like splash out and like hit you in the eye. Also keep in mind if you're using stainless steel or like iron cookware. I use like iron kind of cookware just because I like it. It heats up quicker. It tastes better to me, and like it cooks easier than stainless steel. Cast iron. But if you don't have like cast iron stuff, cast iron also is a little bit harder to take care of. So yeah, I can agree, chat. I don't think canola oil is great for you either. And looking at the calories on Google that it showed, I would still keep it with the olive oil just because it's better for you. I know it says like a lot of calories, but it's like better calories. There's good calories and kind of bad calories, right? And like how like your body processes it. You know, like obviously like a 10-piece chicken McNugget at like McDonald's is gonna be worse for you than if you like air fry chicken nuggets yourself, you know. So I would still stick with like regular olive oil. And it's part of like Mediterranean like style like cooking, which is just good for you like overall. But yeah, no, I agree with you, chat. Like I would not go with canola oil. I would stick with olive oil. And also the taste is a lot richer too. And you can put it in your salads. But yeah, anyway, so if you're not cooking with cast iron, that's fine. You can do this with just like a regular like saucepan, stainless steel pan. So what you're gonna do though is put it on the. So you're gonna cook the skin side down for 5 minutes. And I remember now. The reason why I mentioned the cast iron is because if you cook it with a cast iron and you put the heat too hot, it's gonna stick the skin onto the pan. If you're using like non-sticks, like stainless steel kind of stuff, you shouldn't have that kind of issue. But still, like I will still keep it all over like medium heat just so that it doesn't burn the skin. After that, it says here to go ahead and turn the salmon over and cook the top portion 2 to 3 minutes, and then each side 2 to 3 minutes. You don't have to do the sides like that for 2 to 3 minutes, especially if you've got like the thicker salmon fillets. My suggestion though is after you cook the top portion with and I would after like you flip it, I would like recoat it just with your hands as you're cooking. The top portion just because some of the sugar concoction is gonna be like on the pan now. Now if you're using cast iron, and as some of you may know, you can put cast iron into the oven because you make cakes with it and like other stuff. If you do that, I highly suggest that you drain some of the olive oil because as you put it into the oven, that olive oil is going to start smoking. Like white smoke, not black, so you're gonna be fine. But it may set off like your alarm. I had a place where like the fire alarm was like very sensitive, and it would do that, and I used to like have to like open the windows. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, what you can do is you can just take the salmon and just put it in like a sheet pan or something, and just stick it into the oven and broil it for 5 to 10 minutes. The reason why you're doing that and not just frying over the oven like they're doing here is because while you're broiling in it, it'll keep all like the good juices in there. So you could like just broil it, but it's gonna take longer. Not broil it. You could just pan fry it like you're doing here, but taking the time to just broil it in the oven is gonna make it taste like a lot better. And as you do that, it's gonna caramelize the top really, really well. And if you're like worried about like your calories, you can see here, you can just get like a nice salad or something, put it with like some fruit or something. I like to put some like white rice with it from a rice cooker and like some broccoli or something, some veggies. Regardless, I would still like put some kind of veggies on there, just like carrots or like whatever. And you don't have to go like crazy with it too, right? Like you could just put microwavable veggies. I do it, you know. I'll sit there and just microwave some like broccoli or like a veggie medley. You know, that's fine. But yeah, I just put like a little rice cooker. And if you're like worried about putting shit in the microwave, which science has kind of shown that it doesn't like kill off like all like the nutrients like people used to think it does. Like putting stuff in the microwave has been just fine. But if you're like, no, I don't want to do that. Rice cooker. And chat, if you don't have a rice cooker, like get a rice cooker. Get like just get like a cheap like aroma like rice cooker like this thing, like on like a freaking Amazon, okay, or like Walmart, like a little 8-cup, 4-cup, like rice cooker for freaking $30. I'm telling you, like it is far and away worth the money. Okay, way worth the money. And like pretty much every aroma I've ever gotten has like this little like steamer here thing. That you can just put like some veggies on there, and as you're cooking the rice, it steams the veggies, so you can just open it up and like you're good to go. You can do salmon. I've done salmon like that before, but keep in mind that like this thing is like really tiny. Okay, it's the same size as the freaking rice cooker, and it doesn't go down all the way, so you can only really put like a few veggies on there. I don't use this a whole lot because I just microwave like my veggies, or I'll just like cook them like regularly. But you can do it this way. Like I said, I've done it before. I just don't do it anymore. It's because my meal preps are like so much bigger now that like that's just like not really like feasible. Even I think on like the bigger like 8-cup ones. But yeah, like chat, like this is if you want to try your hand at like an easy recipe, this is, I'm telling you, like it sounds way more complicated than it is. It's not. It's super easy. And if you're like really, really scared, you can just sit here and like get a sushi rice cooker and put like all your veggies and everything in this thing, and it'll be just fine. If you don't want to go ahead and do like a cook unity thing, which I suggest you learn how to cook. Okay, like it will pay off in dividends. Okay, chat, listen, boys, girls, whoever. Okay, like if you're a guy and you know how to cook, that is such a turn on for the ladies and guys too. If you swing that way, whatever. It's like PG-3 here, okay? It's like Baldur's Gate 3, okay? However you guys roll your personal characters yourselves, okay? Bi, gay, or straight, who cares? Yeah, like I'm telling you, like learn how to cook is better for you, and like it attracts people, okay? If you're a girl, like, you know, most guys just kind of expect you to cook. You know, I don't know. That's a society. Fuck it though. Make the money. Go out there, be business monkeys like me, and go hire your own personal chef. Okay. Like, listen, I don't know how to cook, but freaking our personal chef does. So fuck off. You know, you cook. Show me the man that you are, or girl, whatever. Everybody should learn how to cook. Learn how to make something you want to eat, okay? Even if it's just something simple as this. But yeah, chat, I hope you guys learned something today on like how to work out, even just like a simple chest and tricep workout, a really good dude to follow, and just something like what to eat, okay? Next workout Wednesday, I'm gonna go over like a quick little breakfast thing, like how to do like overnight oats. I used to thought like overnight oats are like real gimmicky at first, and then I tried them and they're like delicious to the point now where I actually bought, which I'm gonna actually try tonight. I used to use like the instant oatmeal, but I actually bought like a thing of overnight oat, like specific like oats, because like the way like you do instant oatmeal and like regular oatmeal is like different. It's how they process it. So I'll let you guys know on like how good it is on like their standard overnight oats, like the ones that are like made specially for that. But I'm gonna make some tonight. But yeah, next week we'll go ahead and go over like how to make like a good, quick, just take something out of the fridge breakfast. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys learned something today, and remember to like, subscribe, and tune in on. I may stream on Friday and Sunday, but definitely tune in on Monday for Military Monday. But yeah. All right, Monkey Troop. It's that time, all right? Either gains time or high time to get yourself better at something, all right? So either hit the gym or learn how to cook and do something, anything, okay? Learn to play a violin, okay? Go like make a model. Do something just to make yourself better, okay? Like even if it's something small, all right? Like this is our stream today. All right, stay crazy, you crazy monkeys.